It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Daily Community Briefing on WBON-TV. I am Gwendolyn Morton. Today we've got late breaking news on floodwaters across the state, plus all those COVID numbers from around the area. Today's Daily Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair, Affordable Heating and Air, Mountain Adventures, Bluegrass Marble and Granite, Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea, and Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea. Late breaking news. Within the past hour, officials from the Clark County Swift Water Rescue Team were on hand in Estill County to aid in a rescue involving 3 people. These individuals were trapped in their home due to the increasingly high water levels in Ravenna. Estill County may be experiencing the worst flooding in history following the rains this past weekend, and the river is continuing to rise. WBON-TV spoke with Melissa Riddle, Public Information Officer for Estill County EMA CSEPP, who said that a tree knocked out their river gauge, so they are not entirely sure the exact crest time or the height of the water, but that most of the city and county are impassable. To get all the details, here's the story with Marissa Hempel.
Estill County is breaking records as the river continues to rise following the rains this past weekend. According to Public Information Officer for Estill County EMA CSEPP Melissa Riddle, this could be a record-breaking flood that the county has never seen before.
The water is still rising at this time. It is still coming up. We've never seen flooding like this, ever. I live in city limits and almost flooded in at this time. If you're in urban city limits, you cannot get out. If you're trying to get in, you can't get in. The city is completely cut off at this time. The water is over the road on 52, right at the bridge. Just about it. You can get to the Shell Mart and Hardee's there, but that's as far as you can go that way. If you're coming into Irvine from Richmond, the water is now over the road right at McDonald's. So it's Richmond Road and Wiseman Town Road.
Riddle says the river gauge was knocked out by a tree, so they have no way to know exactly what the crest is and how high the water is.
So we are flying blind. We can't tell what's really going on with the river, but we know it's still rising. We have more and more buildings getting floodwaters in them. More and more roads are being closed because the water is continuing to rise right now.
Riddle says this flooding could rival or even surpass the last big flood in Estill County, which was in 1954.
Our record is 39.4 feet that was set in 1954. I personally think we've probably surpassed that. You know, with no river gauge, I can't say yes we have, but I don't think anybody that lives in Estill has ever seen the water like this before.
As many in the area are stuck, Estill County schools will be virtual Tuesday and Wednesday, and Riddle gives advice for those to stay put as there is no way in or out.
If you are in a flood-prone area, more than likely at this point, if you haven't left, you're stuck. It's people that aren't used to being flooded. If the water is getting close, it's probably a good idea to start making preparations to find somewhere else to go, because we can't tell you when the water is going to stop rising. And I can tell you too, we are starting to have some problems with electrical services and gas services because the stations and stuff are getting flooded. Not only are people flooded in, but now they're losing electric, gas services. Right now our water has water, but you know, if the water continues to rise, that could change as well.
Riddle says Estill County has declared a state of emergency and is receiving aid on the statewide level.
We are in a state of emergency, and the state and multiple agencies are helping us right now. We have several water rescues taking place. People that don't live in those flood-prone areas that woke up this morning and their houses are completely surrounded by water. We have swift water teams coming in here to help get people. Fish and Wildlife are helping. they're here helping us right now. We just ask, if you don't have to be out, please don't. Please stay home. Don't be out trying to see the floodwaters. Don't be out driving in the floodwaters. It's all hands on deck to just take care of everybody right now. So, do your part, stay home, monitor the river the best you can, the water around you. If it's getting close, go on and make a plan.
Riddle also addressed rumors that the Buck Creek Dam broke, and she says that she had checked and the dam is working just fine. Stay up to date with all flooding information right here on these Wallingford broadcasting stations. For Channel 9 News, I'm Marissa.
Thanks, Marissa. And just as an update to that story, the water levels over the river in Estill County have not crested yet, so we're going to continue to follow that story as the water moves in. A message from the Madison County EMA for our Madison County residents: please call for questions to report damage or to get more information amidst the flooding. Please send any pictures you have around the county or where you live. Again, we urge residents not to try to drive through flooded roadways. You can call 859-624-4756, and again, that's for questions or to report damage and to get more information. Also from the EMA, in the Doylesville Road area, the water is over the roadway and the roadway is completely closed at this time. Please do not try to travel through flooded areas. Well, take a look at this aerial footage submitted to WBON TV by Sarah Oliver. You can see just how extensive the flooding in Powell County is. According to authorities, this is the county's second worst flood, with the record being held in 1978. As high waters continue to rise, families had to be evacuated from homes and were offered shelter at the local high school. The county, like many other areas in the area, has declared a state of emergency to garner statewide aid. We have an update from the Transportation Cabinet here in District 7 just for reporting high water situations. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet advises motorists that this is an update for high water and slides. Closures and openings can occur at different times and routes due to previous rainstorm. Water recedes for areas at different times, and road locations and amount of rainfall received. Just around our area, Garrett County, Leeville Road at Kentucky 1971 is closed between mile marker 2.54 and 2.552. Old Danville Road in Garrett County, that's Kentucky 1150, closed between mile marker 0. 1 and 05. Madison County closed. Red House Road, Kentucky 388, is closed between mile marker 10.5 and then 10.7. Crooksville Road is Kentucky 499 is closed at mile point 4.402. Those are the roads that are closed in Madison County. Roads that are in danger of closing are Crooksville Road between mile marker 1 and 1.4, Tate's Creek Road at mile marker 2.2, and Union City Road at mile marker 1.5. So those are in danger of closing at this time. We also have Montgomery County, Nest Egg Road, that's Kentucky 646. One lane on this route is closed at mile point 7.44 due to a road slide. This is near the Clark County line. Howard's Mill Road, that's Kentucky 1331, is now open between mile point 2.9 and 3.6. Also around the area, Clark County, Mina Station Road, Kentucky 1028, closed at mile point 0 to mile point 2, and Athens Boonesboro Road, Kentucky 418, closed between mile point 4 and 5. Fayette County, Old Richmond Road, Kentucky 2328, is closed at mile marker 0 to 0.517, and Fayette County line of Beach Road. Note, Beach Road, Lexington Fayette Urban County Government route is open at this time. So that's an update from around our area on roads that are closed and some that are actually opening back up at this time. With that, we're going to go to the first break of the day. Come right back. We've got more breaking news, plus all those COVID numbers here on WBON TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton.
Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis and Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis and Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985. Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on WBON-TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop service your mower, North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Affordable heating and air for all your heating and air needs. Call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, vegetables, and locally produced meats located at 70 River Drive in Irvine. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office has issued an update on a body found near Locust Grove Road on Monday afternoon. According to authorities, this individual has been identified as 54-year-old Willis Benway of London. Benway had previously been declared a missing person on January the 19th of 2021. Police say next of kin have been notified of the situation, and the investigation to determine the factors surrounding Benway's death is ongoing. The city of Richmond states that they have received reports of garbage pickup not occurring on select streets this past Friday due to inclement weather in February, creating hazardous conditions not suitable for Advanced Disposal's fleet to operate. Pickups were behind schedule. Advanced Disposal officials advises the city that their drivers had reached their maximum 60 hours of work last week per Department of Transportation regulations and were required to be off for 34 consecutive hours. They assured the city that their entire fleet would be in Richmond today to complete Friday's pickups. They will resume regularly scheduled pickups this week as well. If you do not receive a pickup, please reach out so that we may follow up with Advanced Disposal on this issue. And you can stay tuned for the full interview with City Manager Rob Meinrich on this topic on tomorrow's newscast. Meinrich says that the routes will be back to normal as of Tuesday. If you, like many, have been uncomfortable with the nasal swab test for COVID-19, you're in luck. Clinical Lab Consulting out of Ohio has set up a convenient drive-up testing clinics around central and eastern Kentucky area to administer a test that only involves an oral rinse. To get more information, WBON-TV News Director spoke via Zoom with the company's Chief Executive Officer, Greg Engel.
Now, Clinical Lab Consulting does have some labs in the area, which is very important right now with COVID testing and everything going on. Do you care to tell us the locations and what these labs and clinics kind of look like?
We tried to get into underserved areas. We're in Berea. We're in some parking lots. We're over on Breckenridge. So we're trying to get people out of the clinics. So essentially, you've got COVID symptoms and you come into the clinic. Now you can give somebody the infection, right? You're sitting in the waiting room, possibly the clinician. So we've done it drive-through style. So we built a software called COVID Drive where patients self-register. There's a number where they self-register. They put in all their information. They show up. We've got a non-invasive oral rinse. So we're trying to solve all of those problems. That lack of PPE, expensive PPE, cross-contamination and infection in doctors' offices, by offering it in an open air environment and in places that are underserved, but also some high traffic areas. We're in several Kroger parking lots and they've been wonderful to work with.
Yeah, it definitely is sometimes hard to get a test, especially we've had some bad weather lately. So hearing that is some innovative things that you all are doing. Now, I did want to mention, you had touched on already, the oral rinse. People hate having the nasal swab. Some say it's painful. This is a like lesser invasion version, right?
So the actual name of the product is QuickSal, and it was in development to capture other viral shedding for several years. My business partner is a biochemical engineer from MIT. His name's Dr. Philip Gibbs. And we knew that people were going to have some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder after it, especially elderly folks, children. They're just not coming back to get tested a second time. We'd also been working with saliva for a very long time. And as we knew the market would evolve to saliva testing, we also knew the challenges there, which is it's very hard to scale saliva. So a mouthwash that you swish around vigorously, capture some RNA and spit it back in, you're not necessarily capturing saliva per se, you're capturing viral shedding.
What's the efficacy of that compared to the traditional nasal test?
You always have a trade-off in sensitivity and specificity when you change specimen types, right? But in this case, because you don't need a proper technique, imagine a nasal pharyngeal swab and somebody didn't go back enough or they didn't go far enough because people are flinching and moving around, you get a lot of false negatives. Also, traditional nasal swabs will give false positives where people have, they've gotten over the virus, we've checked their antibodies, we know that they have, but they're still popping positive on PCR. It's because you're capturing viral fragments, and we've got all the science to support that. The viral shedding starts here first and ends here first in the oral cavity. So you've got an actually more accurate test, maybe a little less sensitive, but that's not such a bad thing. And all the data has proven that out over the last 6 months.
So there are multiple locations. If you don't care to list those, and also tell us there is one number they can call. Makes it super easy and it'll direct you to the clinic closest to you, correct?
Wherever you call, wherever your cell phone is, it's going to take you to the nearest location. And that number is 859-203-1460. And to give you some examples of some of the locations, we're in the Regency Center on Nicholasville Road in Lexington, Kentucky. We're in the Kroger Plaza at 1541 Bypass Road in Winchester, Kentucky. We're at Franklin Square in Frankfort. We're at the Shops of Forest Springs at LaGrange Road. That's one of our more popular sites. We're also at 635 East New Circle Road in Lexington, another one of our popular sites. It's right by a Toyota dealership, cars coming all by. We're in the Richmond Mall in Richmond, Kentucky at Eastern Bypass. And we're also at 1801 Alexander Drive in Lexington, and one more Kroger location at 4750 Heartland Parkway. A lot of sites. We're trying to cover all of the areas that we can. Underserved, busy traffic, a little bit of everything.
Now, I should ask, because these aren't going anywhere just yet, you did mention that these might become vaccination clinics possibly in the future, because there's a need for that, obviously, right?
We want to segue over into that, and we're very open to it. But essentially, you've got a hierarchy of where the vaccines are going to. But if it matriculates down and the need is there, yes, we're going to keep them open all throughout the spring and until the pandemic dies down.
Thanks, Marissa, for that story. Another great option for COVID testing right here in Central Kentucky. And with that, we're going to go to our second break of the afternoon. We'll be right back with the COVID numbers from around the area here on WBON TV with a daily news briefing.
Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis and Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis and Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985. Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on WBON-TV. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Richmond's Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all of your remodels or fabrication needs. Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea has the best aftercare in the business when every detail counts. Remember, Davis and Powell Funeral Home. Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall. Every Tuesday and Thursdays, they buy your children's gently worn clothing. We're going to go now to Ron Likens with the Governor's Report in 2 minutes or less.
Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear announced some good news, first for the COVID trends and good news for businesses. First, the governor announced that the COVID-19 numbers continue to drop.
Today's COVID update is some of the best news and cases we've had in a long time. 509 new positive cases of COVID-19. That's the least we've had since September the 28th. Our positivity rate has fallen to 4.84%, the lowest since October 18th. We only have 25 red counties as we sit here today, when for the longest time we had 120 week after week after week. Our hospitalizations, ICUs, and ventilators are all down today. Now, we are today announcing the loss of 15 additional Kentuckians.
There's good news for businesses. As of Friday, he's increasing the customer limits.
Beginning on Friday, we're going to be raising capacity limits for several sectors by 10%. The sectors that will be seeing a 10% increase in allowable capacity include indoor auctions, barbershops, salons, cosmetology, bars and restaurants, bowling alleys, indoor educational and cultural activities, fitness centers, but be careful about group classes and wear your mask. 10% increase applies to funeral and memorial services, government offices and agencies, massage therapy, movie theaters, nail salons, office-based businesses. The next one, places of worship, capacity is just a recommendation, but the recommendation is going to increase by 10%. Retail, tanning salons, tattoo parlors, vehicle and vessel dealerships, and venues and event spaces. This 10% increase is an increase on the current limitations that have been in place. Still mask mandates in place.
From the Channel 9 Newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron, for that report. We're going to take a look now at the daily incidence rates from around the state. Yesterday, we had 28 counties in the red. Today, we dropped 3 more counties. We were down to 25 counties. Yellow yesterday at 22. We remain at 22 counties today. And orange, 70 counties yesterday. We're up to 73 counties today. A couple of counties flip-flopping across the area. Looks like Hancock County yesterday, they were in the yellow at 6.6. They stay in the yellow. Breckenridge County was in the yellow yesterday at 9.1. They unfortunately have gone back up into the orange today. Around our area, Madison County is at 20.4 yesterday, 20.9, so down just a couple of points there in Madison County. Garrett County stays in the orange at 13.7, up just a little bit from yesterday at 11.3. Jessamine County, really the only county in central Kentucky that continuously stays in the red, 28.8 yesterday. Today they are at 30.4 today, so up just a little bit for Jessamine County. Fayette County, 22.4, down just a little bit from yesterday at 23. Red counties over in the eastern part of the state, Lawrence, Martin, Pike, all stay in the red. Pike County up a little bit from yesterday. Martin down and Lawrence down just a little bit from yesterday, moving in the right direction over there. Knott County, Perry County stay in the red. Owsley County's numbers are unfortunately up again today and pretty big, 58.2 over in Owsley County. Clay, Knox, Bell all stay in the red. Some interesting information here on Robertson County. We really have a lot of conflicting information on Robertson County. Remember, that is the county that went green for a while. They have reported 0, but for some reason now they're up in the red. So I think there's some inadequacies in those reporting in the Robertson County area, because again, that is 33.9 today, and just a few days ago they were reporting 0. Over in the western part of the state, Caldwell and Lyon County, stay in the red. Several yellow counties, though, all the way over in western Kentucky, Carlisle, Hickman, Graves, and Callaway remain in the yellow today. They've been there for a while. Now we go on to Madison County numbers. Like I said, 20.4 for Madison County, and that was with 30 new cases yesterday and 283 cases around Madison County. 20.4, so in the orange, moving in the right direction. Again, are you feeling sick? It's time to go get a test. We have several locations throughout the county. Today you can go to the Berea Municipal Garage until 5:30, or Big Hill Christian Church, also open until 5:30 this afternoon if you can get there. Tomorrow, Berea White House Clinic, 9 a.m. to 5:30, and Richmond Big Hill Christian Church, 9 to 5:30. Thursday, you have McKee, Richmond, and Mount Vernon. Friday, Richmond and Lancaster. And, of course, Saturday, they've been doing those testings on Saturday morning. So if you can't make it through the week, you still have an option on the weekend. And that brings us to the end of another daily community briefing. Be back here tomorrow. We'll have more news on the floods and, of course, more COVID numbers on WBON TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton.